At the core of Puzzle Quest 2 is this fantasy adventure where you play the role of an adventurer who has come across this town of Verloren. As you're exploring Verloren, you'll interface with characters who will tell you kind of what's going on, give you a hint as to what the story is, and then you'll also get to battle enemies within Verloren and learn how to battle. All of your battles in the game take place on a match 3 style puzzle board. So essentially you'll match up against an enemy, and the idea is to match gems to give you more mana, which can then be used to activate spells that can attack your enemy, can defend you against your enemy, can manipulate the board in your favor, and can also keep your enemy at bay. You also have the ability to match skull icons on the board, which will also do damage to your enemy. And then ultimately you also get to use weapons. So you'll equip your character with weapons to be able to attack your enemies. With Puzzle Quest 2, we wanted to kind of go back to the core experience that Puzzle Quest 1 has, which is essentially fantasy meets puzzle gaming. And we brought back the the traditional Puzzle Quest game, Match 3 puzzle board, but what we've done differently this time is we've actually created a dungeon crawler type of experience. So now instead of playing in that overworld where you went from kingdom to kingdom and you fought enemies along the way, you're now immersed into this world of Verloren, and an adjacent castle has these multiple levels of dungeons that you get to explore through this dungeon crawler experience. We do not have warp caves in this game. We do have portals though, and so the importance of the portals is that with a dungeon crawler, there's a lot of grinding. There's some backtracking, things like that. So what we wanted to do is make sure that we kept kept those elements to a minimum for those who didn't want to spend the time grinding and going back and just fighting enemies. Not only is there a main quest that you play as a single player, but you're also given side quests and unique challenge quests, as well as the mini games. I think with the main single player quest mode, there's easily 40 plus hours of gameplay there to keep you busy. However, you can also play online, and we have head-to-head online gameplay through Xbox Live. On the DS version, you can actually connect through an ad hoc connection with a friend and play them head-to-head on your DS, on your Nintendo DS. So I think that adds another element of gameplay. And then if you just want to play the puzzles on their own, you're allowed. You can play a quick battle on the front end, or you can play mini games to your heart's content. There are 6 different mini games that are tied to moving through the world, or uncovering things, or finding loot. With Puzzle Quest 2, as you move along the game too, you'll also be able to come across companions, and the cool thing about the companions is they give you additional bonuses, but they also give you additional spells from which you can actually use. So if I'm playing the Barbarian, I don't have access to a certain set of spells, but I hook up with a different hero type who may have spells that I would never be able to use on my own, but if I bring them into as a companion, then all of a sudden I have spells I would never see as the Barbarian at my disposal. So I think it adds a nice little unique element to the gameplay in terms of varying the amount of weapons and spells that you get access to. So Puzzle Quest 2 will be out on Xbox Live Arcade and Nintendo DS. Nintendo DS will release in late June, and Xbox Live Arcade is to be announced.